All righty, it is Sunday today, and as you know, we do a video of the day every day. That was my commitment. And today we're going to talk about something we have not talked about in any of the videos. And if you're here, you can just post hi. So if you see me right now, post hi, then I know you're there. I can see that, which is great. So if you ever see me look to the left, it's because I'm looking at the comments or reading them so I can respond to those. And that is why you would see me doing that. I can also bring some of those comments on screen if you have questions about what we're going to discuss today, because this is not a topic that we've dove into in the first 10 videos that we discussed. And today I'm going to discuss self-care. And because it's a weekend, it's a Sunday, for a lot of people, this is an opportunity for self-care. Now, for some they're still working today. So that's why I say a lot of people, a lot of people have weekends off. Now, a lot of people don't. So, but I know that if you look at the majority, as far as the numbers in our country, a lot more people have Sundays off than they have other days off. And so what we want to make sure on these days is that we engage in self-care. Now, when I talk about self-care, I think that's one of the biggest mistakes we make, is that we think, oh, I'll catch up on the weekend. Oh, I'll take this much time on Sunday. And that's not how it works. When we wear ourselves down, you actually do not get back the wear down you did with extra sleep. The research has shown that. So if you think, well, I missed all this sleep on Friday, I'm going to make it up by sleeping more on Saturday, the research shows the body and the brain does not actually recover with the extra sleep. It's good to get it, but it doesn't recover it. It doesn't put you back. It doesn't give the full recharge. That would take significant time to do. So daily self-care becomes really important. And I know this can be a struggle because there are times I struggle with it. There are times in my life where I'm like magical with it. I'm on fire every day for months. I practice it beautifully, brilliantly. And then there are times where I do not at all. I get myself into a tunnel vision, or my mind, when it gets focused and it's spinning a million miles an hour, it gets focused on, okay, get up and start right away on that project. And that project could run me for weeks. And suddenly I'm totally not practicing what I know it takes to really put myself in best case scenario. So what I would love to hear, if you're watching right now, I'd love to hear what are ways that you practice self-care? What are ways that you take care of you? Do you have routines? I'm going to share a routine that I highly believe in. And when I practice it, I can tell there's a big difference in my life. And when I don't practice it, I can usually look back at higher stress, more likely to be less patient. That is more likely to occur when I don't practice this routine. So the routine I'm going to share with you is called the Miracle Morning. And it's a book. You can all look it up, called The Miracle Morning. It's a very quick read. I mean, really, really quick read. And it's Hal. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm forgetting the title right now. But great book. So Miracle Morning. And what it does is it gives you 6 things you could do each morning when you wake up. Now you're going 6? That seems like way too many. All right. Well, you could do each one for 30 seconds. You could do each one for a minute. You could do each one for 20 minutes. It has an acronym called SAVERS, SAVERS. So think of these as the savers of your life. Think of these as the savers of your day. All right. SAVERS, SAVERS. Here's what they represent. S is silence. All right. That could be meditation. That could be prayer. You could use that however you like, but it's some form of silence. So quietness of the brain, right? And by the way, there's a big difference for some between meditation and prayer. Sometimes prayer is intentional thoughts during that time. So you can choose, where meditation can sometimes be a focus on silence, really letting the brain quiet. So they can be very different. You could choose, you could alternate. You can use that however you want to use that. But that's the S. The A is affirmations. We are in a world that is bombarding us, especially now, but it's always true, with a lot of negativity in different facets, depending on where we're working, where we're engaging in social media. We can really see a lot of this. We can feel a lot of this. We can be exposed to a lot of this. Affirmations allow our brain to program itself to keep us focused on what we're working to do, to keep us focused on what we're grateful for, to keep us focused on remembering how much gifts and talents that each of us do have, which can be so important. So affirmations play a great role. You can look up how to write personal affirmations without even getting the book Miracle Morning, and you can find lots of examples. I'm constantly editing mine. So my affirmations are when I open my Kindle, because I put mine into my Kindle, right now around 5-6 pages. Right? And there are some people's affirmations that are one paragraph. I've developed mine over time and I'm constantly fine-tuning them. So what I'll notice is, you know what, that's not true right now. I don't need that statement in my life. I'd rather not have that there. And maybe I'd rather have this there instead. Maybe I don't need either there, but I'm going to shorten it for the next few months. And I'll edit it. That's affirmations. The V is visualization. Now, anybody who's been a coach is very aware, athletic coach, of how powerful visualization can be. The sports world is all about it. They use it all the time. This is the ability to visualize where I am setting the path for my life to go. And so some people will do that with vision boards, where you'll create a board with imagery that shows your passion, your purpose, your mission, what matters to you in life, where you're looking to go in your life. That's a vision board. And some people use a vision board. Some people will do it by closing their eyes and envisioning what they want to have happen. Some people do it by envisioning what they want to happen in their day that day. Others are looking at a board of what they want in this year, the next 5 years, the next 10 years. You can choose that. E on the word savers is exercise. Now, this one, I notice a tremendous difference when this one is not present in my life. Exercise, because it awakens the body, which awakens the brain, which awakens the ability to stress relief. And that could be anything from a walk to some push-ups to kayaking to biking. If you have those abilities, you have that around you. For other people, that's going to be getting a cheap pull-up bar to put up in the doorway in their home or in their bathroom and do pull-ups. Whatever, some people it's jumping jacks. It's whatever you want it to be. All right. But it's getting the body moving. So that's the E. The R is reading. What are we programming that brain with? Goes back to those affirmations. The difference is reading gives us the intelligence of others, the brilliance of others, to awaken our mind to thoughts we might not have had on our own. So reading can be crucial. And I'm very aware of what reading I put in the morning could be very different than what I would read later in the day. So keep that in mind. You remember, you're trying to start your day off. So if it's heavy, intensive, or it could even be something that when you read, it could be toxic a little bit at times, but you know you need to read it. That might not be where you put that read for your day. So I'm going to look at self-development. Some people would choose spiritual, emotional, and I've done that too in that spot. So you want to think of that. And the last one, the S, savers, is to scribe, which means to journal, to write. Right? And once again, this is one that I noticed a big difference. Now remember, it'll teach maybe to do each of these for 10 to 20 minutes, and that'd be an hour to 2 hours of your day. And when people hear that, they'll be like, what? However, you could do it for 30 seconds, each of those things. And it's a really cool awakening to your day. There are days where I've done each of those for 30 seconds to a minute. There are days where I've done each of those 10 minutes to 20 minutes to some of them an hour. All right. So it just depends on how my day is laying out. What I notice is the difference that it makes when I engage in the Savers process of Miracle Morning. And I will say this, with the videos I've been doing, some of them have been emotional learning and processes for me. And I can tell when I have not been doing Savers that it's hitting me and a little harder for me to come out of it at times because I'm not as balanced. So I want to be more balanced. I want to make sure I'm doing those 6 Miracle Morning choices, right? They're choices we make. So you choose how it works for you. I really recommend the book Miracle Morning to check that out and to really consider that. What I'm going to do right now is just take a quick look here and just make sure that I didn't miss if anybody had any comments. I want to make sure I've got a new keyboard here. So forgive me, I'm not used to this one as much. I just want to make sure I didn't miss if anybody did. I'll leave any comments. I want to make sure you had the chance for those comments to come up on the screen. So let me just look real quick here. There we go. All right. So let me just move to comments. And so remember, as you're watching the video, you could be watching this later in the day. You can leave a comment below and I will see those throughout the day. This was today's video of the day. Thanks for joining me. I hope that you're able to find a little miracle morning to start your day with every day. Thanks again for joining me.